In 1994, in a quiet suburb outside Detroit, Michigan, a teenage boy named David Hahn embarked on an experiment that would shock the world. Known today as the Radioactive Boy Scout, David managed to construct a crude nuclear reactor in his mother's backyard shed. But how did a high school student with no formal training nearly trigger a radioactive disaster? David Hahn was not your average teen. From a young age, his fascination with chemistry bordered on obsession. Inspired by the Golden Book of Chemistry experiments, he quickly outgrew the basic experiments listed within its pages. He built a makeshift lab in his bedroom, combining household chemicals and supplies he found at the local hardware store. At age 17, David became fixated on nuclear energy. His goal? To build a breeder reactor, one capable of creating fissile material. Driven by curiosity and youthful recklessness, he began acquiring radioactive materials from everyday items. Smoke detectors provided americium-241, luminous clock dials yielded radium, and old lantern mantles gave him thorium. Bit by bit, David gathered his radioactive ingredients. Working tirelessly in secrecy, David assembled his reactor inside a wooden shed behind his mother's home. His method involved encasing radioactive materials within blocks of lead and aluminum foil. Over time, his creation emitted dangerously high levels of radiation, unbeknownst to anyone in his neighborhood. But David's bold experiment wouldn't stay hidden for long. In August 1994, local police stumbled upon David, suspecting him of theft. Upon searching his car, officers found a toolbox containing radioactive substances. Alarmed, authorities alerted federal agencies, and soon the Environmental Protection Agency and Nuclear Regulatory Commission arrived, transforming the suburban backyard into a hazardous materials cleanup site. David's makeshift reactor was dismantled, and radioactive materials were safely disposed of. Although no charges were filed, his mother's property was declared contaminated and his reactor shed was dismantled and buried as radioactive waste in Utah. David himself suffered from radiation exposure, his dreams of nuclear innovation ending abruptly. David Hahn's experiment highlights the thin line between genius and disaster. While his scientific curiosity was extraordinary, the dangers of amateur nuclear experimentation were clear. David passed away in 2016, leaving behind a legacy that continues to fascinate and terrify. What do you think? Was David Hahn a misunderstood genius or a reckless danger? Let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe. It helps a lot, especially since YouTube's algorithm doesn't favor these intriguing yet chilling stories.